news just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Lagos Sports Hub. Full of the updates and analysis.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
So I have chess game with my friend later on today. When is the best time to play chess game?
I guess you're bored. Usually in the evening, but definitely before you are too tired. My very best chess, of course, is generally played at the times when I'm winning, unless my opponent decides to take a bow.
I'm definitely not taking a bow. Thank you.
I hope you win.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alexander Rek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos. You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Sports in a Jiffy is live on your radio, Impact Radio 102.1 FM, here to several of the top stories currently making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sport. I always tell you that whether you're a sports person or you're just someone who loves to chill up the game or you're an athlete yourself, this is the best place for you to be because the early bed has gone around the world to catch the scores, and I am more than willing to serve it to you. I'll be doing it fast or facts, and I'll be making it compact to your listening pleasure on the show this morning. Plenty of thoughts coming through from the FIFA World Cup currently on the way right there in the United States, Canada, and also Mexico. African brothers Egypt have now been able to secure their first win at the World Cup in 92 years since they made their debut at the World Cup. Mohamed Salah definitely inspiring that side, and one of the World Cup great stories is now being written by Cape Verde. Cape Verde once again impressive at the World Cup after securing another draw against two-time winners Uruguay, and they will now be looking to make it to the last 32 at the very first time of trying. Talk about the world of athletics on the show this morning. We'll be talking about the trials. That's the Commonwealth trials current that was on the way right there in Lagos earlier this week, over the weekend, I beg your pardon, right at the Yaba College of Technology. And then I can tell you for free that we now have a couple of representatives that will be going through to represent Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games that will be happening in Glasgow, Scotland in the course of this year. That's going to be next month, in the month of July. That is when the Commonwealth Games will be happening right there in Scotland. Other thoughts coming through from other sports on the show this morning. In the world of tennis, authoritatively it's been said that Serena Williams will definitely be getting a wild card to play at the Wimbledon, coming back after 4 years of saying she wants to drop her racket, but now she's going to be playing on the biggest stage once again. At the time last week, it was been said that both she and her sister Venus will both be playing in the doubles together, but right about now, another one is the fact that Serena will most definitely be playing in the singles. Also, back into the world of football on the show, a couple of transfer bit just as we have them on the back pages of the major dailies to serve to you on the show this morning. We'll talk about the teams that have been knocked out of the FIFA World Cup already. And we also talked about the number of own goals that have been scored at this ongoing FIFA World Cups and the number of red cards that have been recorded. An amazing one right there. What is the reason for players getting these red cards left, right, and center? I will talk about it in the course of the show, but that will be later this evening on the Sports Off Show. That's when we get to do 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the major interviews. Here's a short reminder that we're streaming live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM, also live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. And to the switch of the back of the net this morning, we'll get the show on the road. We start with us coming through from the home front on the show this morning, and that is going to be in the world of athletics. Just like I mentioned to you, we now know the Nigerian representatives that will be going straight to the Commonwealth Games. Let's start with Pristina Ochonogo, who claimed victory in the women's long jump on the opening day of the 2026 Commonwealth Games national trials at the Yaba Tech Sports Complex in Yaba, Lagos yesterday, leaping to a 6.57 meters in the absence of national record holder Ese Brume to take the top spot. United States-based jumper winning mark was enough to see off the field in what remains one of Nigeria's most competitive events, even without Brume in attendance. In the men's triple jump, Olaoluwa Akinnubi of Arena Academy produced the standard performance on the day, clearing 16.08 meters to win the event in a new personal best. Vivian Obadiah of Delta State also set a new personal best in claiming the women's 5,000 meters, crossing the line in 17 minutes 24 seconds to take the title. Nigerian sprinter also took to the track in the 100 meters preliminaries and the heat on the opening day. According to the Athletics Federation of Nigerian President Tonobo Kokowa, he has opened precedents by welcoming the athletes and officials to at the games. Don't forget that the game was supposed to start on Saturday, but it was being postponed. That's like pushed forward by a day, just to allow athletes, especially those that are from United States and other countries, to settle in ahead of the trial. So it began yesterday and it's going to be wrapping up today, which is going to be 22nd. The athletes are most definitely going to be giving their best in this particular one. Trust me, the Federation are also saying that they will be giving them their full support. The further event scheduled are definitely going to be wrapping up today. It's going to be a 2-day competition, and it's been said that for some of the athletes who perform top of either the track or the field, they will also be getting a bit of reinforcement, a bit of compensation for whatever it is that they are able to do. Moving on from that story right now, still talking other sport, and as it affects Nigerian athletes, Nigerian's former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman will return to the octagon on July 18th to face off against South Africans the cross to play in a window weight bout at the Paycom Center. This is definitely promising to be one of the most compelling all-African matchups in the UFC history. Usman makes the step up to the middleweight for the contest, returning to action for the first time in over 12 months. For Usman, his only outing in 2025 was an unanimous decision victory over Joaquin Buckley, which he will be hoping served as an adequate chin-up for the challenge that is now ahead of them. Duplessis enters this bout seeking to reclaim momentum after surrendering his UFC middleweight title to Khamzat Chimaev in August 2025. The South African previously defeated fellow Nigerian former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya by 4-round submission in 2024, adding personal motivation to Usman's desire to win this particular one. Talk about doing it for his brother. Moving on from that story right now, let's go straight into the world of football on the show this morning. We start with us coming through from the African continent, because plenty of thoughts concerning Nigeria and also the Confederation of African Football regarding the submission of the preliminary list for the clubs that will be on the continent. Talk about the licensing deadline. According to the Confederation of African Football, they have now officially extended the deadline for the club licensing applications for the upcoming CAF Champions League and also the CAF Confederations Cup season. According to a communication sent to the member associations, the deadline has now been moved from June 30 to July 25, giving participating clubs additional time to complete and submit their required documentation. more like giving the clubs an extra month to fulfill the licensing criteria ahead of the 2026-2027 continental football season. Well, for Nigeria, we still know that one more team is going to be part of the CAF Confederations Cup, which is yet to be decided. Either it's going to be El Kanemi Warriors or it's going to be Ikorodu City, because these two teams will be logging it head-to-head right in the finals of the President Federations Cup. Moving on from that story now, despite missing out on the title, Nigeria's female Yellow Greens produced outstanding individual performance at the 2026 Kibuka Women's T20 tournament in Kigali, Rwanda, with 3 players earning top individual honors, and Nigerian startup performers were recognized at the end of the competition after impressive displays throughout the tournament. The likes of Christabel Chukwunoye, who was named the best bowler of the tournament following a series of remarkable performances with the ball, and the likes of Etimsera Ekwere, who clinched the Best Fielder Award for exceptional efforts right on the field as well. And then there's also the individual accolades highlighting Nigerian's strong showing at the tournament that was just concluded right there in Rwanda. Moving on from that story right now, let's quickly skid straight to Europe. I will start with us coming through from other sports on the show this morning, starting from the world of tennis. It's been said that Linda Noskova has now captured the biggest title of her career after defeating Jessica Pegula 6-4, 4-6, 6-3 in the Berlin Open final. The victory secured Noskova's second WTA title, and we'll see the Z star break into the top 10 of the world rankings for the first time in her career. Facing one of the toughest opponents on tour, Noskova produced another impressive performance to improve her head-to-head record against Pegula to 3-1. Still more tennis talks on the show this morning, moving straight into the ATP, where Francis Tiafoe has now captured the biggest title of his career after defeating fellow American Taylor Fritz 6-4, 6-4 in the early Open final. The victory made Tiafoe the first American man to win the tournament and ended his run of 7 consecutive defeats to Fritz before yesterday's final. Tiafoe had not beaten his countryman since 2016, making a remarkable week for the 27-year-old, who recorded 3 victories over top 10 opponents on his way to the title. Will now return to the top 20 in the world when the new rankings will be released later today. Still talking tennis on the show this morning, Francisco Cerundolo is now the first Argentine player to win the Queen's Club title after coming from a set down to defeat Tommy Paul 6-7, 6-4, 6-3 in the final. The victory will be marking Cerundolo's 5th ATP title and the second trophy of the 2026 season. The Argentine, who looked in trouble early in the match, trailed by a set and a break against the Paul, who entered in the final on a 9-match winning streak at the Queen's Club already. However, Cerundolo battled back to take control and secure the biggest grass court title of his career. Moving on from other sports this morning, let's go straight into the world of football, and we start with us coming through from the FIFA World Cup, starting from African countries. Some of them doing us really proud, some of them embattled as we speak. Let's start with those that seem to be embattled right now. It's now been said that Senegal have now moved to strengthen their technical crew at the crucial Group I fixture against Norway at the 2026 World Cup, following that disappointing opening game against France. The Teranga Lions, who suffered a 3-1 loss to France in their first group stage match, leaving them under pressure to secure a positive result in their next outing. And as it is right now, in a bid to improve the team's preparations, the Senegalese Football Federation has brought in experienced video analyst Abdoulaye Seck, popularly known as Lai Teos. Seck previously worked in the Mauritanian national team under coach Amir Abdul, where he earned recognition for his expertise in video analysis and also tactical assessment. Well, it's not just enough to add one more person to the managerial team. A couple of news making the rounds, according to the report in the news about the Senegalese FA, is the fact that the coach, who is currently in charge of the side now, has been on the job for the last 6 months. He does not have a contract, and he's been owed. So that's more like an African thing here. Yes, exactly. When I saw the story yesterday, and then it feels like, what exactly is this that the Senegalese FA are doing? A couple of things. More like the Senegalese team are going through a very rough patch right at the World Cup now. It's been said that players are still being owed their prize money for winning the African Cup of Nations and also for qualifying for the World Cup. And they are also said to be low quality hotel that was booked for their training camp right there in the USA. It's been said that the Federation did not bring the team head chef due to the tight budget allocated by the Federation. And now players are saying that they are urging their own food just to eat and to stay healthy. And like I mentioned, Papa Tio, who is the head coach, is working as at this moment without a contract and is still being owed for the last 6 months worth of pay. A lot of things are being said to be wrong with the Senegalese FA now, and a lot of football fans are saying, look here, this looks more like an African thingy, so don't just put it on the Senegalese FA alone. Away from that now, straight into the camp of the Tunisian national team. Don't forget that they are one of the 3 teams to be knocked out of the ongoing FIFA World Cup right there. And it's been said that from the fallout of the Tunisian Football Federation, it's been said that the disappointing campaign at the 2026 FIFA World Cup is not expected to trigger a major shake-up within the Tunisian Football Federation. Reports are indicating that a wave of resignations is very much imminent, according to information emerging from the Federation. Senior officials Moise Nasri and also Hussein Janaya have made aware that their positions are under serious threat as pressure mounts following the national team's performance at the tournament. The Carthage Eagles endured a difficult World Cup campaign, culminating in their earlier elimination from the competition, and that disappointing result have now sparked widespread dissatisfaction among the supporters and also stakeholders, prompting calls for accountability at the highest level of the Tunisian Football Administration. Moving on from that story right now, let's move straight into the camp of the Cape Verdeans, who have once again put themselves on the mark to go through to the next round. Because yes, they've been able to secure 2 draws, one against the defending European champions and another one against 2-time winners of the FIFA World Cup. That's talking about Uruguay. Cape Verde is remarkable. Well, some of us we call them Cape Verde, but then we see that they call themselves Capo Verde. That is Cabo Verde. Let's move on from that. It's been said that their remarkable journey has now added another memorable chapter as Kelvin Pina scored the nation's first ever goal on the football's biggest stage with a stunning free kick against Uruguay. Just so you know, after earning that widespread praise for holding Spain to a goalless in their previous match, they once again showed they belong among the world's elite, taking on Uruguay with confidence and determination, despite being considered as the underdogs in that particular game. And now, both goals originated from serious crosses. It's been said that this particular Cape Verdean side most definitely might just be finding themselves in the round of 32 of the FIFA World Cup. We'll talk more about that particular one in the course of the show later this evening. What it is to expect from this particular team. An historic draw it is against Cape Verde. Moving on from that, it's also been said that Mohamed Salah has now also inspired the Egyptian national team, ending their 92-year wait for a FIFA World Cup victory after defeating New Zealand 3-1 in their historic Group G clash. The Pharaohs had gone 8 World Cup matches without a win across appearances in 1934, 1990, 2018, and then their opening game of the 2026 tournament. But that long wait has now come to an end, thanks to a brilliant second half performance led by captain Mohamed Salah. Egypt fall behind early in the match and looked set for another frustrating evening, but then they responded strongly as Soman and Sizo helping to turn the game around before Salah produced the moment that changed everything. Moving on from that story right now, let's go straight into other thoughts coming through from the FIFA World Cup 2026. Iran also made their World Cup history on Saturday by naming the oldest starting lineup ever seen at the tournament, but that experienced side still had enough quality to hold on to a hard-fought 0-0 against Belgium. Yes, they went down by 1 man, but then they still played out a draw against Belgium. A lot of football fans asking questions from the Belgian national team as to why exactly did they play such way against Iran. Iran going 1 man down as early as the second half of that particular game, but then they were still not able to get a win from that side. A very, the average age of the Iranian national team was about 32 or 33 if I'm not mistaken, and then you can tell that this Belgian side had a bit of youthful exuberance in them, a couple of youthful players in that particular team, but still they were not able to get one over that Iranian national team. And other results from other matches that were played over the weekend, Lamine Yamal also shined really bright for Spain, crushing Saudi Arabia 4-0, making a statement win in the World Cup. Don't forget that after their 4-0 draw against Cape Verde, a couple of fans are saying maybe that game was fixed, and a couple of allegations flying left, right and center. Some of the players also coming out to put 1 or 2 statements out, but then it feels like the coach, Jose Lefuente, and also the boys have been able to garner themselves around and then talk sense into themselves as to the more reason why they have to put up that particular performance in that game against Saudi Arabia. 4-0 it ended. Most definitely, they can also say that they have a shot in the last 32. Another standout performance on the global stage for this particular team, and as well as Lamine Yamal. Well, for a lot of fans, they also do believe that possibly without Lamine Yamal, there's nothing to write home about with this particular Spanish national team, because don't forget that Lamine Yamal came on in the second half of that particular game, but then maybe it was a little too late for them to salvage that particular win against the Cape Verdean national team. But this time around, they've now been able to do it. Let's go straight into other thoughts coming through from the FIFA World Cup right there. Right on the way, a couple of games to look forward to today. I already mentioned to you, Argentina will be up against Austria, one time for Messi once again to also show to the world exactly the stuff that is made of. Plenty of thoughts concerning that particular game, and will Lionel Messi continue his historic and also the illustrious form he's been able to start off with in this particular FIFA World Cup. Will be left to be seen. They play against Austria later this evening at about 6 p.m. at Nigerian time. France will also be playing up against Iraq in Group I, and that's about early morning tomorrow. That's about 1 a.m. Norway will be hosting Senegal. Jordan will be hosting Algeria. Portugal will be up against Uzbekistan, and that's going to be about 6 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. And in Group L is going to be England up against Ghana. Ghana also looking to continue with the amazing form they are. Don't forget that they were 1-0 winners over Panama in their own first game, where England were also amazing winners in their own first game as well, defeating Croatia 4-2. Motors coming through from the show this morning. Still sports in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, bringing the latest updates, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sport. Not too good news are coming through from the transfer world. But before we go straight into the transfer world this morning, let's talk a little bit about still what's happening right at the FIFA World Cup 2026. A couple of records that have been set. Now, it's been said that the 2026 FIFA World Cup has already produced the second highest number of own goals in the tournament history, with 8 recorded in just 10 days into the competition. The tally is now leaving the expanded tournament on course to challenge the all-time record of 12 own goals that was set at the 2018 World Cup in Russia. The 2026 edition featuring 48 teams and about 104 matches, with current figures now expected to rise as the tournament progresses. The last of the own goals was scored by Saudi Arabia's Azan Tambaki, scoring the latest own goal in their 4-0 defeat to Spain just last night. And then Uzain's own goal came in the match against Norway. I remember I also scored for Iraq, making him only the third player in the World Cup history to score at both ends of the same game. Let's look forward to see what the tally is going to be like. But then, in case you're wondering, the first own goal at the World Cup was scored by Mexico's Manuel Rosas during the inaugural tournament in 1930. 5 editions of the competition, including Italy 1990, were completely without a single own goal being recorded. And with many matches still to be played in this particular edition, you can tell that yes, this particular year will be surpassing that record. Like I mentioned, a couple of countries have already, their fate have been decided and that they are already knocked out of the World Cup. I'll talk about Haiti, talk about Turkey, and also talk about Tunisia. Let's go straight into transfer bits on the show this morning. West Ham United winger Sergio Sommerville is on the radar of Paris Saint-Germain and also Manchester United, where it's been said that Tottenham Hotspur wants to sign Liverpool forward Cody Gakpo away from the team. A bit of trending rumors right this morning that United might be facing a competition from PSG as they try to sign West Ham United winger, the Netherlands star, who is currently playing in the World Cup. The 24-year-old has scored in both of Netherlands matches in the World Cup so far, and in addition to providing an assist right there, but then he's being valued about £50 million. But somehow he doesn't have a release clause in his contract, despite the Hamas relegation. PSG are said to be ready to prepare to let Bradley Barcola leave. Don't forget that Bradley Barcola is currently being touted to join Arsenal right in the English Premier League, and they're also saying that PSG are still holding interest in RB Leipzig. 120 million euros rated winger. That's talking about Yao Domande, the Ivory Coast international. Roberto De Zerbi also wants Tottenham Hotspur to sign Liverpool forward Cody Gakpo, as reported by our newsmen. The Spurs are ready to offer 27-year-old position as a key player in the team, and a contract that might run until 2031. In another post being made in the rounds, Spurs are said to be ready to make Newcastle United a new offer to sign Italian midfielder Sandro Tonali. That deal is said to be worth over £100 million as well. Look, a couple of £100 million are flying around in the transfer market this particular year, and I'm sure that we'll see many more of it to come true, especially for the young stars. Just like I mentioned, Arsenal are hopeful that the club's players in the England's World Cup squad can help persuade Aston Villa attacking midfielder Morgan Rogers to join them at the Emirates. Don't forget that Arsenal do have the likes of Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Ibreche, and also Noni Madueke. Possibly they can serve as their agents that will be convincing Morgan Rogers to join the team. Moving on to the Spanish Liga, Real Madrid are said to be keeping an eye on 18-year-old Lille midfielder Ayoub Bouadi as they represent Morocco at the World Cup. The Los Blancos have a history of signing players who impressed on the biggest stage, having landed Germany's Mesut Ozil after the 2010 edition, and then they signed the Colombian midfielder, that's talking about James Rodriguez, and also Costa Rica goalkeeper Keylor Navas 4 years later. Buhari has impressed during Morocco's 2 World Cup matches so far, which has seen the teenager being scouted by various big-name clubs, including Arsenal and also Liverpool. If AC Milan striker Santiago Jimenez joins Orlando City, it means that the Serie A club will be looking to replace him with Paris Saint-Germain Gonçalo Ramos, has been reported by newsmen. PSG are about signing him last summer window, but they ultimately opted to bring in Chelsea's Christopher Nkunku instead of him. And in addition to Jimenez, Orlando are also looking to sign Tigres UNL and Depre Gignac, having already landed Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid already. Well, other transfer beats, and should I call them gossip, making the rounds right now is the fact that Barcelona could let Rafinha move to Saudi Arabia so that they can permanently sign Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford, while Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Lucas Bergvall has made the club aware that he wants to leave this summer. Internazionale have also had verbal offer worth around €25 million to sign Liverpool midfielder Curtis Jones, turned down, and the deal is not progressing at this stage. Well, big story coming through from Manchester United is the fact that United have no interest in parting ways with Benjamin Sesko, despite Barcelona and also Atletico Madrid are looking out for the striker, while Napoli are also challenging Juventus in their attempt to sign Atletico Madrid striker Alexander Charlotte. Sporting a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and this is how much I'll be thinking on the show for this morning. I say many thanks to everyone who's been a part of the show. Don't forget that you can keep track of this update and more by following us across all social media platforms. You're live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM, also live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Ayode Jajibo is signing out this morning. I'll always tell you to stay sporty, to stay active, to drink enough water and stay hydrated, to go out there and be the best version of yourself. It's a cool, calm, cozy, and collected morning right here in the city of Lagos. So, well, you can do yourself good by getting your favorite beverage, might be tea, might be coffee, something hot, to just go along with this particular morning. And if you meet someone on your way this morning without a smile on your face, do well to give them a bit of yours. Don't forget that you can be the rainbow in someone else's dark cloud. I'll see you when I say once again, and most definitely that will be later this evening between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Talk Show, when myself and the crew will be right here to dissect all of the hot topics, telling you about all of the stories that matters in the world or sports generally, because I always tell you that from the greens of the golf to the octagon of the UFC to the square of boxing to track of Formula One, we've got all of the amazing stories for you. And whatever gender that you are, we'll most definitely have you on our agenda. Ayode Jajibo is signing out this morning. I'll see you when I see you once again. Have a blessed and highly favored week.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square root for boxing, track